for Take Your Pick. Anthony Davis has said all 29 teams are trade targets, but many have speculated that the Lakers and Celtics are the front runners. So which is a better landing spot for AD, the Celtics or the Lakers? Doug, take your pick.
Celtics, and I don't think it's close. Because if you play with LeBron and you're a power forward, you're going to play center and you're going to spot up in the weak side corner. And that's not AD's game. I think if he goes to Celtics, he's a better fit for their roster. They already have Al Horford to play the 5. He can play as more natural 4. He can handle the ball. It's a better roster. I don't think it's close. You want to go play with the C's.
Yeah, I disagree. I think Brad Stevens is a better coach and will more easily fit him into what they do. But I think the Lakers is a better option. I think it's more not the power forward. I think it's being that third option. The second option with LeBron has always been able to get his individually, whether it was Dwayne Wade or Kyrie Irving. I understand they're different positions. But Chris Bosh and Kevin Love got marginalized because they were the third options. Anthony Davis would not be that. I think he would get his.
No,
So he's going to go there and average 16 points and 7 rebounds.
No, but it's
and you're going to plant Anthony Davis in the corner?
Look, one of the things that happened.
Come on.
Yes.
No, there is no way they're doing that. And LeBron's getting older. And he's going to want somebody else to help carry the load.
I'm not disputing that he wants Anthony Davis to carry the load. But one of the things that's led to LeBron James' success, as you pointed out, is there's no power forwards in the game anymore. And centers sometimes have to guard all the way out to the three-point line. He wants nobody at the rim so he can finish at the rim. And that doesn't happen unless your 5-man is standing in the weak side corner. He has to play that way. Otherwise, he struggles.
You're not doing that with Anthony Davis. I'm sorry.
I understand. That's why he's a better
Maybe
fit
if you
the
have
Celtics.
Kyrie Irving. Maybe if you have Kyrie Irving. You keep saying that. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not making your point.
Antonio Brown and the Steelers have agreed that it's time to move on. He joins Odell Beckham Jr. as star wideouts that could make a big splash on a new team next season. So who would you rather see your team trade for, Odell or AB? Chris, take your pick.
To me, this one's easy. They're both great, but Odell Beckham, just because he's so much younger. I mean, you got so much more upside with him, and he's had a lot of issues too, but I don't think his issues have been as bad as Antonio's. He hasn't skipped out on his team on an essential regular season game. He doesn't, at this point, have any legal issues like Antonio has. So I'm going with OBJ easily.
There's more gas in the tank with Odell Beckham Jr., but Odell Beckham Jr. strikes me as like a Jaguar, right? He's always in the shop, as opposed to Antonio Brown, who does have issues, right? But even last year when they held him out of the last game, he played 15 games, 14 the year before, 15, 16. This guy shows up to work.
With Antonio.
Yes. Look, I'm with you in terms of, years of service. And once you get to 30, 31 years old, your body will start to break down, but it hasn't broken down. Whereas here's a guy who missed the first 4 games. It wasn't his fault. He broke his ankle going back to last year, but he did break his ankle. And then he was injured at the end of this year. Was he hurt, injured? I don't know. He wasn't on the football field at the end of the season, only played in 12, 13 games. So with me, it's about availability, and I think he's the best route runner in football. I'm going to take Antonio Brown.
All right, Kyler Murray is unsure if he'll throw at the Combine next week. This could affect him being the first quarterback off the board. But Dwayne Haskins also getting a ton of buzz. So which quarterback would you rather see your team draft, Murray or Haskins? Doug, take your pick.
Haskins. Bigger, better command in the pocket. Neither has a ton of experience as a starter. Kyler started as a freshman at Texas A&M, then played a little bit as a backup. Both have only really been a starter for 1 year. But Haskins is more of a true pocket passer. True pocket passers have a longer, a more viable NFL career, and I think they also stay healthier. So I'm going to go with Dwayne Haskins, who threw for, 50 touchdown passes this year.
This was really tough for me. I love Haskins. I agree with you about a lot of what you said. He is clearly that more prototypical NFL quarterback. But I think the way the game is changing, I'd love to have either one of them, but the way the game is changing, if you get the right coach, and maybe it's Kingsbury, in Arizona, but I think Kyler Murray is kind of, he's not Patrick Mahomes. I don't want to put him on Patrick Mahomes level, but I see he reminds me of him in some way. So I'm going to go with Kyler Murray. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'll go with Kyler Murray.
And finally, NFL writer Adam Rank released his list of the best across all sports, with Michael Jordan and Tom Brady representing their respective sports. So who is the GOAT of GOATs? Jordan or Brady? Chris, take your pick.
It's Michael Jordan. As much as I like Tom Brady, I think Tom Brady is the GOAT quarterback. I don't even think he's the GOAT football player. I think he's the GOAT quarterback. But I'm going with Jordan because Jordan was not only dominant in terms of team winning, which obviously 6 championships, he also was individually dominant, leading the league and scoring 10 straight times, which changed conventional wisdom. The thought when Jordan came in the league was you can't build a dynasty around a 2-guard. You know, if you can even win a championship around a 2-guard. You can't lead the league in scoring and win championships. Larry Bird never led the league in scoring. You look at all those great teams, they rarely, if ever, had the leading scorer in the league when they won championships. Jordan did that. So, and then he won his 6 and I'll say 11 years. Because he had 2 years in Chicago of his 13, where one he came back from baseball, one he was injured his 2nd year, and then the 2 years in Washington. So really 6 and 11 years, whereas obviously Brady's has been more stretched out. So I'm going with MJ.
We count Washington?
That's what I'm saying. I don't really even count that. So
do I have
11
to?
years.
I hate this.
I know.
I mean, I really like we're cross-pollinating sports in terms of grades. We're forced to. I'm in Nick's chair. Can I pick LeBron? Right? Wouldn't that be what Nick would do? I picked Jordan. I think he's more iconic. I'll just say this about Tom Brady. I can't believe what he was able to do in the playoffs, right? And the adage in sports is, as a team, can you play well when you're not playing well? And that's what he did. He really threw 3 picks in the AFC Championship game. One got called back because of an offsides, and he hits the switch and all of a sudden becomes old Tom Brady. Doesn't play well in the Super Bowl. Fumble and an interception. You know, they can't move the football, but he still finds a way to win. But there was never a moment where Michael Jordan, in the biggest games in the NBA Finals, wasn't, without any question, the best player on the floor.
Right.
And what's lost is, look, his last true shot as a pro was the game winner in Utah. What we forget is he also had 2 free throws. Then he made a bucket. Then he got a steal against Karl Malone, who took one of his MVPs he should have won. And then he hit the game winner on the road and held the follow through. That was the greatest mic drop in the history of sport. If I'm forced to, and I hate cross-pollinating these sorts of arguments, I'll take Jordan.
All right, coming up, does James Harden need to stop scoring for the Rockets to have